Jay. How'd that happen? Was it because you were watching another YouTube? Did this stream just come on suddenly in your house? Jay says, where can I listen to some of the new tracks from the album? Are they on the Discord? They're in all access on my website, those and then some. But it'll be everywhere Sunday for free on all the streaming platforms, as far as I know. My birthday. I just put in my birthday for a release date. I didn't know that it would actually come out then. But apparently, that's how that works. I'll know that next time. Oh no, I was referring, Jay, to Scott saying, Jesus, I thought a predator was outside my window. Oh, the actual predator from the movie. For some reason, I thought you were talking about a helicopter. That you thought a helicopter was outside your house. That was the sound of a singing comet. That was the sound of that a comet makes. Supposedly. I don't know. I mean, this is supposedly the sounds of space. Is it possible? Could that be what it sounds like? If it's like simulations of what space would sound like, or that's just a microphone floating around space. Same with the comet. Hang around, we might do crickets later. Hey Jeff, we're in the key of D here if you want to play along. Jay says, I know a guy who's a truck driver who gets on the CB and does the best cricket impression you ever heard. It's hilarious. He does it all the time, randomly. I've met somebody that can do a great cricket impression before. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. can't do any of those stupid human tricks. Man, I wish I could. I can't turn my eyelids inside out. I can't roll my tongue. Can't trill my R's. I can't roll my belly. You know how some people can make it roll like the ocean waves? Can't do any of that. I gotta fix my buttons so I can change the screen here, don't I? Going from the Jabberjohn set to the underwater radio. You're listening to Underwater Radio. I took the playlist down off the YouTube channel. You'll still be able to find them under the live tab, but I feel like it's a little misleading. These aren't really meant for later consumption, as far as I can tell. Although I did get a little excited just now reading Jay's comment and having this little light bulb go off on my head. Like, maybe this is the show. You just read the chats with your voice, with your mouth up close to the mic, you know, like good radio. Good radio. Good radio. Taco Villain, living live underwater. Can't crack my knuckles. Can never blow smoke rings. I've tried all these things. I've spent hours trying to do the tricks friends could do or strangers in bars. All right, Jeff says, all right, had to make it upstairs. Guitar in hand, here we go. Oh, no. While you're running upstairs, we talked about that one. Just isn't me. I'm with you, Jay. Jay says that's not a request. It's in correlation to you not being able to do cool human tricks. I'm with you. I sang that earlier, opening. Dad asked for that at the beginning of Jabberjohn. That was his request. Played that. Then we talked about the record. That's why I had to learn actual magic tricks, Scott, because I couldn't do any of those things. Couldn't whistle. Can't yodel. Just isn't me. I've worn 100 hats, and every one a part of me just wanted to be that. Even wore sunglasses once. Just isn't me. Now I love fancy clothes. When I try them on, I try and strike the pose. But even my tailor knows just isn't me. Let's just pretend my torn blue jeans. Let's just pretend my torn blue jeans and tattered tees are remnants of a rainbow flowing like a silk robe. Let's say I'm in vogue, yeah, let's say I'm in vogue. I've tried talking tough, puffed out my chest, said, look here, you better listen up. It's even come to fisticuffs. Just isn't me. Tried bending like a reed, just listening to what other people need. Been selfless without greed. Just isn't me. Let's just pretend my mindlessness and scattered brain are evidence. What is that? I feel like I sang that lyric wrong on the show earlier today, and I feel like I just doubted myself when I sang that. Hold on, I'm going to my lyric book. I gotta see something real quick. I am confused. Let's see here. It's one of the reasons I love this show. Oh, I wonder why that's happening. Oh, hold on. I see. Interesting. All right. Just isn't. Ooh, Just Let It Lie came up in the autofill. This is in here, right? Just isn't me. There it is. Nervousness. I said thoughtlessness earlier, and then I just said mindlessness. I'm like, no, what is nervousness? It's that scatterbrain that worked its way in there. I hated that lyric when I sang it earlier. It was like, how could thoughtlessness be evidence of kindness? That just doesn't feel right at all. But just so you know, I was a pure professional about it and just pretended like nothing was wrong. Dark Czar, what's happening? Pro, dude. Let's just pretend my nervousness and scattered brain are evidence of kindness. Please see through my blindness and take me as I am. Yeah, take me as I am. How'd you know that, Scott? You peeked. I've sat behind the drums, but I've lost count of the number of times I just twiddled my thumbs. Just isn't me. I don't play a mean clarinet or dobro or piano, sometimes the ukulele sings, but I don't play a mean anything, really. Just isn't me. Let's just pretend the instruments are figments of our own imagination, and anyone who plays them is in the orchestra, yeah, in the orchestra, in the orchestra, yeah, in the orchestra. Moody Man, what's shaking? Good to see you. I saw a new name here too. Throwdown. That's a fun name. This rips. Oh, thanks. Sorry I got so tangled up in the webs there after you said that. Sang that wrong lyric, and I just had to fall apart for a little while. This is real life. No one's a professional at that.
More on this tape than we did at the 7.5 revolutions, but your fidelity isn't as good, and it's generally recommended that if you want real good reproduction, you go to the highest speed, which is 7.5 in this case. Your professional equipment is only made in 15 anyway. I mean, you know, you can't get any home tape recorders that they all go to 7.5. Now we're at
There it goes. Sometimes on for 5 minutes, sometimes on for 5 hours. That's my man.
Once you take yourself back to that place, you close your eyes and go to that spot. And look again up at those fleecy clouds. And go there. Go there. Pick one and go there.
What key do you want to play in, Jeff? Any preference? You can say major or minor too if you want. That's so fascinating. There's some accidental sounds happening right now.
Fresh beauty opens one's eyes wherever it is really seen. But the very abundance
G major,
completeness
sounds good.
of the common beauty that besets our steps prevents its being absorbed and appreciated. It is a good thing, therefore, to make short excursions now and then to the bottom of the sea, among dulse and coral, or up among the clouds on mountaintops, or in balloons, or even to creep like worms into dark holes and caverns underground, not only to learn something of what is going on in those out-of-the-way places, but to see better what the sun sees on our return to common, everyday beauty.
I love it. Those are still on this hard drive. I'm trying to drag them into my software over here. For some reason, it's not working right. Hold on. This will work.
One is constantly reminded of the infinite lavishness and fertility of nature. Inexhaustible abundance amid what seems an enormous waste. And yet, when we look into any of her operations that lie within reach of our minds, we learn that no particle of her material is wasted or worn out. It is eternally flowing from use to use, beauty to yet higher beauty, and we soon cease to lament waste and death, and rather rejoice and exult in the imperishable, unspeakable wealth of the universe, and faithfully watch the reappearance of
Maybe we'll work our way there, Dark Czar.
Christ Alice, further sure that its next appearance will be better, more beautiful.
Or especially Dark Czar. shining shoes, paying dues, all these the blues I'm feeling. Down the street, they're tapping their feet and the old time music's reeling. You know, I always thought I could play if I had the chance, but I never did, now all I can do is dance. Middle of the night, I think I might go down to the old train station, walk along the rail line where the hobos hopped on the nation. You know, I always thought I could be one if I had the chance, but I never did, now all I can do is dance. See what we can do, Dark Czar. Beans, what's happening? Let's do something simple like that. And just bring this back up for the beat. I'm gonna give us a turnaround though. Take it, Jeff. Doing pretty good, Dark Czar, I gotta say. It's my birthday weekend, so just relaxed my mind, you know. I'm just taking a load off. Socks and teeth. Poor man don't like thinking about either of these. Just pork and beans. The weather and dreams. Never go to town. All the ladies know why you coming round. Just sit back down. She'll find you further on down. lighting that candle in my mind. Oh, wishing well, I'm wishing well. All those good people climbed as high as they could and then fell. Oh, wishing well, I'm wishing well. Wishing well, we're just too proud to tell. Take it, Jeff. Socks and teeth, socks and teeth. Poor man don't like thinking about either of these. Just pork and beans, please. Just pork and beans, pork and beans. The weather and dreams. Pork and beans, pork and beans, pork and beans, please. Pork and beans, pork and beans, pork and beans. The weather and dreams.
Captain, my captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every wreck, the prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting, while follow eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen, cold and dead. Oh captain, my captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the bugle trills, for you the bouquets and ribbon wreaths, for you the shores are crowding, for you they call the swaying mass, their eager faces turning. Here, captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head. It is some dream that on the deck you've fallen cold and dead. My captain does not answer, his lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm, He has no pulse, no will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip the victor ship comes in with object one. Exalto shores and Ringo bells, but I, with mournful tread, walk the deck my captain lies, fallen, cold and dead.
Here's that E minor for you. Ding, 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 we have a winner. Yes, Beans. That was a pair of Sarolophus, you heard. You memorized, oh Captain, my captain, in the 8th grade. Thanks, Dead Poets Society. Oh, I'm standing on my chair. I'm getting up here. Oh! Saw an article earlier today. Robin Williams wasn't he in the Dead? Was Robin Williams in the Dead Poets Society? Thanks for that confirmation. I just saw this thing earlier. There was an article I saw about his daughter. It was talking about how people have been trolling her, sending AI of Robin Williams and all kinds of who knows. I didn't read it. Just the summary. There's this whole article about how she's being sort of harassed online with AI versions of her dad, Robin Williams' daughter. Of course, my first thought is like, oh my God, that's just so stupid. Why are people so mean? I don't understand why people are so mean. Second thought was, this article is a very bad idea. I know it's confusing why people are mean, but it's not confusing whether they are or aren't. Our media. Oh, God. It's yet another lost cause. It's a Dylan song. I guess it must be up to me. I guess it must be up to us. But, you know, that's part of the problem, too. It's what a... Woo! Just flying through space. Oh, so some of them were just good-natured. Jeff says she basically said, please stop sending me AI videos of my dead dad. So she wasn't necessarily being trolled or harassed. Some people might have just genuinely thought she would like to see that. Well, and that probably would have worked until those articles ran. That on Instagram, it's still enough innocence left that actually would have worked, and it would have been frowned upon. Anybody, why are you tagging? I mean, would have been sweet still and probably effective. But now that these articles ran with it, we might be finding this show tonight. Me just playing music to whatever you tell me. This could be the new version of the news. Y'all just show me the headlines and I'll just tell the world musically. Oh, some of that music I would not want to listen to. I don't want to hear that music. Or maybe there's just something intuitively intrinsic in the creative soul to filter, to mute, to transform it, to pass it through their heart like a sieve. Filters it. I wish you'd asked for that chicken and rice earlier, Dark Star. We were just right there in that key of G. Bouncing. Let's see if we find our way back there. No, sir. Thanks for asking, though. Before you were born, you had it all the love and riches in the world. Before you were born, you fly along the way. Then you were born, you want it all back again. Before you were born, you sang in tune. I hit a button, but I can't tell what I did. Before you were born, you sang in tune. Sat still as a stone, ran rings around the moon. As quick as lightning above a riverbed. Then you were born, now you want it all back again. You were born, baby, you was free. Now you're chained to happiness and misery. Before you were born, you were without sin. Then you were born, now you want it all back again. were born. You had no fears. The sun was your smile, and the rain was your tears. And nothing grew without the rain, and your smile had no end. Then you were born, now you want it all back again. were born. Now you want it all back again. Before you were born, you had no fears. The sun was your smile, the rain was your tears. And nothing grew without the rain. Your smile had no end. And you were born, want it all back again. Before you were born, you sang in tune, sat still as a stone, ran rings around the moon. Quick as lightning above a riverbed. Then you were born, now you want it all back again. I'm tired of slowing down, I'm tired of waiting around, I'm tired of finding something new to find each time something is found. Of course I've learned my lessons, I can give some good advice. Still it's hard to take the same old river twice, when I know it isn't true, but it doesn't go away. And no one asks what's new, 'cause they know what I will say. It's hard to have faith when you need it the most at the end of the day. Do you believe in ghosts? Disappear into these screens, about a billion jelly beans. Now I'm coughing up a coffin, driving nails lazily. I might dream up a mountain on the wings of such an ocean, just a pair of ragged claws on the bottom of the ocean. When I know it isn't true, but it doesn't go away. And no one asks what's new, 'cause they know what I will say. It's hard to have faith when you need it the most at the end of the day. Do you believe in ghosts? tired of slowing down, tired of waiting around, tired of finding something new to find each time something is found. Had another idea. Tired of slowing down, tired of waiting around, I'm tired of finding something new to find each time something is found. Of course I've learned my lessons, I can give some good advice, still it's hard to take the same old river twice. When I know it isn't true, but it doesn't go away, and no one asks what's new, 'cause they know what I will say. Well, it's hard to have faith when you need it the most at the end of the day. Do you believe in gold? Good to see everybody. Keep breathing.
Oh, He did not wear his scarlet coat, for blood and wine are red, and blood and wine were on his hands when they found him with the dead, the poor dead woman whom he loved, and murdered in her bed. He walked amongst the trial men in a suit of shabby grey. A cricket cap was on his head, and his step seemed light and gay. But I never saw a man who looked so wistfully at the day. I never saw a man who looked with such a wistful eye upon that little tent of blue which prisoners call the sky, and at every drifting cloud that went with sails of silver by. I walked with other souls in pain within another ring, and was wondering if the man had done a great or little thing, when a voice behind me whispered low, that fellow's got to swing. Dear Christ, the very prison walls.
She Walks in Beauty by George Gordon Lord Byron. She walks in beauty, like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens on her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. And on that cheek, and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent.